will correct all errors in my mind. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. I am mistaken when I think I can be hurt in any way. I am mistaken when I think I can be hurt in any way. I am God's son, whose self rests safely in the mind of God. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. To give and to receive are one in truth. To give and to receive are one in truth. I will forgive all things today that I may learn. I will forgive all things today that I may learn. Learn how to accept the truth in me, and come to recognize my sinlessness. To give and to receive are one in truth. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. To give and to receive are one in truth. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. To give and to receive are one in truth. Well, thank you for joining me in studying Lesson 119 in A Course in Miracles. We're reading from the Foundation for Inner Peace version of Course in Miracles this year. And this is ready for Lesson 119 for Tuesday, April the 29th. Is it Tuesday? April 29th of 2025. And I'm Forgiveness Willie, or Miracle Willie, teaching forgiveness, which is the foundation for miracles. Here from my home place in front of my bioaccumulator, comfrey, and some of my lettuce and spinach behind me, here in the Ozarks, teaching forgiveness from the Ozarks. For morning and evening review, truth will correct all errors in my mind. I am mistaken when I think I can be hurt in any way. Can we say that over and over until we kind of get a sense that it's true? I am mistaken when I think I can be hurt in any way. Can you really accept that? Can you feel it? Can you feel your invulnerability, your oneness with God as He created you? Invulnerable. Think of yourself in this light. This is reality. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. I am mistaken when I think I can be hurt in any way. I am mistaken when I think I can be hurt in any way. I am God's son, whose self rests safely in the mind of God. And then review of 108, that was 107, 108 is to give and to receive are one in truth. To give and to receive are one in truth. I will forgive all things today that I may learn how to accept the truth in me and come to recognize my sinlessness. To give and to receive are one in truth. So on the hour today, tell yourself, truth will correct all errors in my mind. And a half hour later, at the bottom of the hour, tell yourself, to give and to receive are one in truth. And then be sure to do your longer quiet time, morning and evening, for at least 5 minutes. You can do longer if you want. Do as long as you like, whatever makes you feel at peace and happy. I was talking to my friend Bob yesterday. He said, and when you start taking that time to be quiet, meditate, you get to where your day's just not complete if you miss it. That's the way we want to get. Anyway, I was telling him that, the greatest thing about forgiveness, or I don't know if it's the greatest thing, but a really good thing that I wish I had known when I first started off, was that even the mechanics of forgiveness, the fact that you're not trying to think of anything, you're letting go of self-concepts to the best of your ability and being open without a thought. That's what you're trying to reach. That place where you don't conceive yourself anyway, where you don't have any expectations of what you need to do in time and space, and you're just sitting and being. Every moment of being that way is a moment where you're disengaging from the thrust of your own thoughts and your own beliefs, your own busyness, your own beliefs of what you need to do, your goals and your ambitions. And you just sit still, and that's a moment where you disengage from all that. Every moment's worthwhile, even if you don't get any kind of spectacular revelation. Just the fact that you're disengaging from what you thought you ought to do is powerful. Okay, let's go take a look in our text reading. And all day today, keep with you. Truth will correct all errors in my mind, and to give and to receive are one in truth. The peace of heaven, which is the last section of chapter 13, the guiltless world in the text, Roman numeral 11, the peace of heaven. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Is that our prayer? Well, this should help us speed along a way to do that very thing. The peace of heaven, forgetfulness and sleep and even death become the ego's best advice for dealing with the perceived and harsh intrusions of guilt on peace. Yet no one sees himself in conflict and ravaged by a cruel war unless he believes that both opponents in the war are real. Believing this, he must escape, for such a war would surely end his peace of mind and so destroy him. Yet if he could but realize the war is between real and unreal powers, he could look upon himself and see his freedom. No one finds himself ravaged and torn in endless battles if he himself perceives them as wholly without meaning. 2. God would not have his... Okay, but here, before I go on to paragraph 2, keep in mind that what we're working with is we see a world, this matrix, you might even call it, of our belief systems is coming back to play. The inner thoughts are making the outer world. And as we start realizing that we can change the outer world by changing our thoughts, we learn to just stop and be still and don't think you have anything to accomplish. Because what you really have to accomplish is just to be happy, which is your native inheritance. And you'll be shown exactly what to do when you can release yourself from what you thought you had to do. Paragraph 2. God would not have his son embattled, and so his son's imagined enemy is totally unreal. God would not have his son embattled, and so his son's imagined enemy is totally unreal. You are but trying to escape a bitter war from which you have escaped. The war is gone, for you have heard the hymn of freedom rising unto heaven. Gladness and joy belong to God for your release, because you made it not. Yet as you made not freedom, so you made not a war that could endanger freedom. Nothing destructive ever was or will be. The war, the guilt, the past are gone, as one into the unreality from which they came. Can we rise above the battlefield and realize that, okay, that wasn't even a real battle. That was imagination. Seemed real, seemed like I really died. Wow, but I'm not dead. I'm not a body. I'm free. I can see that was imagination, a dream that we collectively dreamed and we can collectively awaken from. Matter of fact, the only way to awaken from this dream is with your brothers. See them as innocent. Paragraph 3. When we are all united in heaven, you will value nothing that you value here. For nothing that you value here do you value wholly. and so you do not value it at all. If you don't value it completely, you do not value it at all, he's saying. Value is where God placed it, and the value of what God esteems cannot be judged, for it has been established. It is wholly of value, completely of value. It is wholly of value. It can merely be appreciated or not. To value it partially is not to know its value. In heaven is everything God values and nothing else. Heaven is perfectly unambiguous. Everything is clear and bright and calls forth one response. There is no darkness and there is no contrast. There is no variation. There is no interruption. There is a sense of peace so deep that no dream in this world has ever brought even a dim imagining of what it is. Wow, that's what we want to do, is be in heaven. And you don't have to die to get there, folks. Paragraph 4. Nothing in this world can give this peace, for nothing in this world is wholly shared. Perfect perception can merely show you what is capable of being wholly shared. It can also show you the results of sharing, while you still remember the results of not sharing. The Holy Spirit points quietly to the contrast, knowing that you will finally let Him judge the difference for you, allowing Him to demonstrate which must be true. He has perfect faith in your final judgment, because He knows that He will make it for you. To doubt this would be to doubt that His mission will be fulfilled. How is this possible when His mission is of God? 5. You whose mind is darkened by doubt and guilt, remember this. You whose mind is darkened by doubt and guilt. Has your mind, you got a little doubt? You see reasons to practice guilt a little bit? You whose mind is darkened by doubt and guilt, remember this. God gave the Holy Spirit to you and gave Him the mission to remove all doubt and every trace of guilt that His dear Son has laid upon Himself. Truth will correct all errors in our minds. It is impossible that this mission fail, the Holy Spirit's mission of freeing you from all guilt. Nothing can prevent what God would have accomplished from accomplishment. Whatever your reactions to the Holy Spirit's voice may be, whatever voice you choose to listen to, whatever strange thoughts may occur to you, God's will is done. You will find the peace in which He has established you, because He does not change His mind. He is invariable as the peace in which you dwell and of which the Holy Spirit reminds you. 6. You will not remember change and shift in heaven. You have need of contrast only here. Contrast and differences are necessary teaching aids, for by them you learn what to avoid and what to seek. When you have learned this, what to avoid and what to seek, you will find the answer that makes the need for any differences disappear. Truth comes of its own. Truth comes of its own will unto its own. When you have learned that you belong to truth, it will flow lightly over you without a difference of any kind. For you will need no contrast to help you realize that this is what you want, and only this. Fear not, the Holy Spirit will fail in what your Father has given Him to do. The will of God can fail in nothing. And that's why we can say today, truth will correct all errors in my mind. And we might as well say, to give and to receive are one in truth. And nothing, it won't ever fail, because the Holy Spirit's purpose is to remind you of what's true, what's real. Paragraph 7, have faith in only this one thing, and it will be sufficient. God wills you be in heaven, and nothing can keep you from it or it from you. Have faith in only this one thing, and it will be sufficient. God wills you be in heaven. God wills you be in heaven. Have faith in that. Truth will correct all errors that keep you from thinking that you're already in heaven. Have faith in only this one thing, and it will be sufficient. God wills you be in heaven, and nothing can keep you from it or it from you. Your wildest misperceptions, your weird imaginings, your blackest nightmares all mean nothing. You can laugh at them. They will not prevail against the peace God wills for you. All those black nightmares and weird imaginings and wild misperceptions, they will not prevail against the peace God wills for you. The Holy Spirit will restore your sanity, because insanity is not the will of God. If that suffices Him, it is enough for you. You will not keep what God would have removed, because it breaks communication with you, with whom He would communicate. You will not keep what God would have removed, because it breaks communication with you, with whom He would communicate. His voice will be heard. 8. The communication link that God Himself placed within you, joining your mind with His, cannot be broken. You may believe you want it broken, and this belief does interfere with the deep peace in which the sweet and constant communication God would share with you is known. Let's look at that again. You want to find out what breaks your peace? Communication. The communication link that God Himself placed within you, the Holy Spirit, joining your mind with His, cannot be broken. You may believe you want it broken, and this belief does interfere with the deep peace in which the sweet and constant communication God would share with you is known. That you might think you want to break His communication link by seeing guilt somewhere. But that just removes peace from you. The sweet and constant communication God would share with you. You may believe you want it broken, and this belief does interfere with the deep peace in which the sweet and constant communication God would share with you is known. Yet His channels of reaching out cannot be wholly closed and separated from Him. Peace will be yours because His peace still flows to you from Him, whose will is peace. You have it now. The Holy Spirit will teach you how to use it, and by extending it, to learn that it is yours. Remember, to give and to receive are one in truth. You have to give what you want to know is yours. Give it away. That's the economy of heaven. The Holy Spirit will teach you how to use it. Peace will be yours because His peace still flows to you from Him, whose will is peace. You have it now. The Holy Spirit will teach you how to use it, and by extending it to learn that it is in you. God willed you heaven and will always will you nothing else. The Holy Spirit knows only His will. There is no chance that heaven will not be yours, for God is sure, and what He wills is as sure as He is. 9. You will learn salvation because you will learn how to save. Wow, we're going to learn the very thing that we offer. You will learn salvation because you will learn how to save. To give and to receive are one in truth. You will learn salvation because you will learn how to save. It will not be possible to exempt yourself from what the Holy Spirit wants to teach you. Salvation is as sure as God. His certainty suffices. Learn that even the darkest nightmare that disturbs the mind of God's sleeping Son holds no power over him. He will learn the lesson of awaking. God watches over him, and light surrounds him. 10. Can God's Son lose himself in dreams when God has placed within him the glad call to waken and be glad? Truth will correct all errors in our minds. Can God's Son lose himself in dreams when God has placed within him the glad call to waken and be glad? He cannot separate himself from what is in him. His sleep will not withstand the call to wake. The mission of redemption will be fulfilled as surely as the creation will remain unchanged throughout eternity. You do not have to know that heaven is yours to make it so. It is so. Yet to know it, the will of God must be accepted as your will. To see the guiltless world, the world of innocence, Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Love is everywhere, always. Abide in it. And the last paragraph, 11. It'll finish this chapter. The Holy Spirit will undo for you everything you have learned that teaches that what is not true must be reconciled with truth. This is the recognition the ego would substitute for your reconciliation to sanity and peace. The Holy Spirit has a very different kind of reconciliation in His mind for you, and one He will effect as surely as the ego will not effect what it attempts. Failure is of the ego, not of God. From Him you cannot wander, and there is no possibility that the plan the Holy Spirit offers to you, to everyone, for the salvation of everyone, will not be perfectly accomplished. Let's look at that again. Let's back up. The Holy Spirit has a very different kind of reconciliation in His mind for you, and one He will effect as surely as the ego will not effect what it attempts. Failure is of the ego, not of God. From Him you cannot wander, and there is no possibility that the plan the Holy Spirit offers to everyone for the salvation of everyone will not be perfectly accomplished. You will be released, and you will not remember anything you made that was not created for you and by you in return. For how can you remember what was never true? For how can you remember what was never true, or not remember what has always been? It is this reconciliation with truth, and only truth, in which the peace of heaven lies. Wow, we're going to actually not even remember or not even give any credence to the dream that we're having once we awaken. Let's waken to heaven. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. To give and to receive are one in truth. Okay, let's see what's going on around the world today. Ritvan of the Baha'i continue, and so does Yom Hazkaron of the Jews continues. Day of Remembrance of Victims of Chemical Warfare. International Dance Day. Dance our way to heaven, singing the songs of rejoicing. What do we got, a turkey in the garden? International Noise Awareness Day. You might hear one. I got another turkey right here beside me. One out here in the garden. They fight a lot this time of year too, but they kind of getting along right now. Peace Rose Day. Peace Rose Day. I like that. Viral Video Day. We get some viral videos of Course in Miracles. Spread the word that nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God. Poem in your pocket day. Always keep I keep my lesson in my pocket. Today, truth will correct all errors in my mind. To give and to receive are one in truth. I either keep it in my pocket or close to me in my pack so I can pull it out. If I'm out on my tractor, I usually fold it up and put it in my pocket, my lesson for the day, so I'm ready to, if I forget it, I can pull it out. Because the times you forget it are the times you need it the most. It's when you really got yourself wrapped up in the dream, and you got to wake up from it. Well, these little poems, these little affirmations, these little statements are directed to helping you awaken. We Jump the World Day. Jump the world. I think about jumping a car, that's got a dead battery. We got to be the salt of the earth. We got to be the leaven. The leaven's the whole lump. We've got to share the goodness. Remind people that innocence and guiltlessness is eternal and a reality. We Jump the World Day. World Wish Day. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. That's our wish, isn't it? And Zipper Day. Okay, let's see. And out of edible landscaping, we've got the Silveray Korean stone pine, a Pinus coriensis, And it says that it is good for zones 3 through 8, and it's also good in a wide range of soil types, 4.5 to 7.5, but the ideal is a 6 to 7, slightly acidic. It takes a pollinator, and it recommends the best pollinator is the Morris Blue Korean stone pine. And it said in there that full sun is required, good drainage, and normal to poor soil. So the Korean stone pines. And let's just read what it says in the little write-up about Korean stone pine can start producing cones, pines, nuts when 5 feet tall. At 25 years height, should be 30 feet tall, 10 to 15 feet wide. It takes 2 different Korean pines to produce nuts. Plant in full sun in zones 4 through 8. This 5-needle pine has silver, blue, and green colored needles at the same time. Silveray has year-round interest, a fairly compact, soft foliage evergreen, space 15-foot circles. Might be a nice one to build, to pass on as a Christmas tree that people can plant. Anyway, I just thought the Korean stone pine. Well, let's close with our song. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. I am mistaken when I think I can be hurt in any way. Again on that. I am mistaken when I think I can be hurt in any way. I am God's son whose self rests safely in the mind of God. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. To give and to receive are one in truth. To give and to receive are one in truth. I will forgive all things today that I may learn how to accept the truth in me, and come to recognize my sinlessness, and come to recognize my sinlessness. To give and to receive are one in truth. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. To give and to receive are one in truth. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. I am mistaken when I think I can be hurt in any way. I am God's son whose self rests safely in the mind of God. To give and to receive are one in truth. I will forgive all things today that I may learn how to accept the truth in me and come to recognize my sinlessness. And our word for peace is from our Greek brothers and sisters, and their main river from the Greek mainland is what is that principal river? It's called Haliakmon, the Haliakmon River. And the word for peace is Eirini. So Eirini be with you. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. To give and to receive are one in truth. Eirini.